with this when we get to YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Intuitive Leadership Business Show, and I'm Terry Wildeman, your host. I am so excited to have as my first guest today, Terry Levine. Terry Levine is a rock star. This woman just is on fire. Absolute fire. There's nowhere I turn that I don't see Terry Levine somewhere. And to share with you a little bit about Terry, she is the founder of the Heartrepreneur Network, and she, as Chief Heartrepreneur, her company is changing the way business owners around the world connect with their target audiences, then sell and serve their customers and their employees. The Heartrepreneur Network has business owners stop selling, and I love this. They market and operating businesses using traditional methods and moves them into true, authentic, heart-to-heart, people-centered communication models where sales and marketing aren't even necessary. Hey, I'll go along with that, man. That is so cool. Dr. Levine has more than 30 years of business, sales, and marketing experience, encompassing work with over 5,000 business owners. She is also a best-selling author and very popular keynote speaker. Her latest book, Turbocharge, How to Transform Your Business as a Heartrepreneur, hit the Amazon bestseller list 24 hours after release. And it is there again. It is so exciting, Terry. I'm so happy for you. She has a mission of changing the way business is done in the 21st century and creating a movement of hundreds of thousands of heartrepreneurs doing business heart to heart. And you can learn more about Heartrepreneur, not Attractionpreneur, which is mine, Heartrepreneur, at www.heartrepreneur.com. And welcome to the show, Dr. Levine.
Oh, no Dr. Levine between us. Terry and Terry, it's good to be with you.
Terry and folks, I have to set this up, is that we have been hysterical laughing, so get prepared. This is going to be a really fun show on how to use Facebook Live to grow your business. I mean, the woman's a rock star doing this, and I've been watching her going, okay, I can't wait to the show, and I've been stuck. I have not wanted to do one Facebook Live until this show. So Terry, take it away.
All right, so I just want everybody to understand, you've heard Heartrepreneur. I'm really about not selling, not marketing, and connection. And so as soon as Facebook Live came out, I went, it's a new way to make heart-to-heart connections with people, not selling them, educating them, sharing, letting them into your personal life, because people do business, as we know, Terry, with people they know, like, and trust. And so, you know, my first one, I had no idea what I was doing. I just went on and I was like, hi, you know, I'm here, and it's Facebook Live. And sudden I noticed people were joining, and then I left it up. I saved the video, and I noticed a few days later 300 or 400 people had watched, and I thought,
wow,
right, I don't even do anything. So then I said, what if I'm more strategic? What if I tell people in advance, I'm going to go on today at 12 o'clock? So I got more people, and then I learned the system. So now I'm going to teach the system, and what I want people to hear is this. I literally make money almost every day. There's 5 days that I haven't in the 99 days that I've been using it. Every other day, I've made money using it, and I sell nothing. I sell nothing. So it's a system, and it works, and that's what I want to share. The first thing that you want to do is think about your target audience. What is their biggest problem or challenge, or what is the biggest goal that they want to solve? So biggest problem or biggest goal. Then I want you to think about what you could talk to your audience about during a Facebook Live. Not that you have to research, study, create PowerPoints, just what do you know in your own head, your own gut. So maybe you help people lose weight, and you can say, hey, listen, I know what it's been like. You've struggled. I've struggled too. Here's what I'm doing. I'm making a shake. Hey, I'm going to make it now. Let me show you. And I put this in, and I put and you actually let them in. You take them behind the scenes, and you solve their problem. So the next question comes up for people is, well, how long should they be? So after experimentation, I can tell you that 30 minutes. Don't get scared and go, that's a long time. But it's magical. Okay, it's just like what I'm doing here. I'm sharing content, information. I'm here with Intuitive Leadership with Terry, and I'm bringing information. It would be the same on Facebook Live, except you're not talking to anybody that you know. In other words, you don't see them, right? But the cool thing is, if you're on Facebook Live for 30 minutes, it gives Facebook time to get you an audience. It gives the people in your newsfeed time, because some of them will be on it. Let's say you started at 3 Eastern. Some will be on at 3:05, some at 3:07, some at 3:20. By being on for half an hour, you'll get a large group of people. And I know a lot of people worry if they go, I'm not getting an audience. The next secret is heart to heart, Heartrepreneur, is engagement. So constantly during your live, you can watch some of mine, ask people for engagement. So my page is facebook.com/Heartrepreneurs. It has an S in it. And I'm doing a live and I'll say, listen, you guys, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Comment. I want to know. Chime in. Hey, I want some reactions. What do you guys think? Give me some love. Give me some like. And you know what? They'll do that. People will do it if you ask them. So you want to make sure.
How do they do that, Terry?
Great question. So while they're watching your live, it's just like looking at a post. There's comments. They can write comments and they can hit the reaction button. So
that's where all the hearts go flying on the screen.
Yes. Ooh, I was watching one yesterday, right? And I'm like, love you. I kept hitting it just like you said. And by the way, Terry, as someone presenting, isn't it cool to see that people are like digging what you're doing?
Well, it is. It's a lot of fun to get those hearts and to ask for the engagement, because there's nothing worse than sitting there and you're being talked at.
Exactly.
You're being talked to. Getting the engagement is absolutely critical to getting people involved and asking the questions, because you may have a solid presentation and their one question will solidify your entire presentation. And when it comes from somebody else, even though you're doing the presentation, it then becomes even more credible.
100%. 100%. Yeah. And what you'll also start to see, this is why you want to get engagement, is the people who show up for your lives a lot. They show up, they comment, they send hearts. They're basically raising their hand and saying, I am a really good target customer for you. Here I am. You don't have to go hunt for me. I'm coming to you. And I call that reverse marketing.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So much easier. So here's the other couple tips for Facebook Live. Do not talk as if you're talking to a group. Don't say you all or folks. Look right at the camera, and that's the person, the one person you're speaking to for 30 minutes. So, hey, I know you really want to lose weight. Hey, I know you've been struggling. Let me share some tips. Let me give you some secrets. I know what it's like. Okay, talking right to the camera, and making sure you talk to that person, because when someone's listening, they want to know that you're talking to them. Okay?
That is such a great, whoops, there goes my earphone. That is such a great tip, Terry. And it's one I had not really thought about, but it makes so much sense, because and for those of us who are used to speaking to groups, that piece, talking to a wall, it can be even challenging.
Absolutely.
But if you can pretend, I mean, and I'm sitting here looking at my wall, looking at this, put a picture of somebody in front of you, print out a picture, but, stick it in front and pretend that you're talking to that person.
Yeah, so I'll share what I have on my computer screen, okay?
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Right next to my camera. I don't think I've ever told anybody this. Here we go. You bring it out. Right next to my camera, I have my exact avatar. I have a little image of my exact ideal client avatar. Exact. This is the person I want to attract. As an entrepreneur, I know that makes sense to you.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
When I go on Facebook, and first, as I said, I think about what can I do to create value. I let my audience know. I'm going live at 12 o'clock today on this page. So I tell my groups, I tell all the Facebook pages I have. I go live on my business page and I say I'm going live. And then I say what I'm going to cover today is, and I tell them. Just like if they're coming to a webinar, they don't just want to come, right? They want to know. Then I get on. I'm on for 30 minutes creating value, and I'm being me. And this is Heartrepreneur. Authentic. You've seen me, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
What you see is what you get. We were goofing around before this and just laughing, having fun. You'll get me in all different ways on Facebook. I have done a live where Pete Winarski, my business partner, and I worked for, I don't know, 16 or 18 hours straight on our book. And all of a sudden, I just started laughing and laughing and laughing. And he's like, what is wrong? I couldn't stop. I said, I'm going on Facebook Live. He goes, get out of here. I go, I want people to see this part of me. I couldn't even stop laughing on the live. I've gone on and I've gone on with things I'm upset about. Hey, I'm really upset. Facebook just did something that's not good. Come on, Mark Zuckerberg, pay attention. I want people to know all sides of who I am, authentic me. I don't usually get dressed up, put makeup on. I've come on, just after jogging and I've got something over my jogging top, right? It's like, oh, hey, my straps are showing. I don't care. I want people to know the real deal. So I just want everybody who's listening, you who's listening, to show up and be authentic, to be you, not to do anything that's not you. Now, when I say don't sell, I mean this. I've watched a live yesterday where at the end of the live, they said, now all you want to do is register for my new course at blah, 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 blah. And when you register for my course, you're going to get, and I was like, ugh, click, click, click. Don't do that. Here's what I do. Value, 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 content, 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 content. Every once in a while, I may, in the header, because live will let you say before you go live, you can comment, just like you will put up a post. And I might put hashtag Heartrepreneurs or www.heartrepreneur.com or something like that. Most of the time, I don't. Like the other day, I went on and said, what is love? That was the whole thing. What is love? And I just talked from my heart. Hey, you guys. Hey, you. I have a question for you. What do you think is love? Give me your definition. Comment below. And we started to engage in conversation. So here's the secret, because this is what nobody understands how to do. It's why people go, oh, it's so cool, and they can't monetize it. I monetized it initially by accident, and now I have the system. And here's how I monetized it the first time. Telling you guys everything. The very first time, at the very end, I said, I don't know how many people are interested in me doing these lives, if I should come back every day. Just send me a Facebook message and let me know. And I went about doing my work at the end of the day, and then I came to Facebook and was like, what? There were 26 messages. And I'm like, what's going on? I didn't even have 26 people on the live. But what I did, pay attention, is I saved the live. It lets you save it. You right click on it. There's a little thing that drops down. You put save. And then I shared it. I shared it with all my groups. I shared it in all my pages. By the end of 3 days, 1,681 people had watched me. I was like, what? And the messages just kept coming. And I'm like, wait a minute. These are my ideal target audience saying, I want more. Therefore, they have the problem that I solve. So now how I systematized it. I ask for comments. I ask and I notice who's loving, who's liking. One of the great things that you do after a live is you look at all the people who gave you a reaction or a comment. It's very possible, Terry, that they are not already people who have liked your business page. Now you invite them. The button will come right up next to their names. The ones who are already there have a thing that says they're already on your page. All the others say invite. Invite, 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 invite. I'm simply saying, oh my gosh, I can grow my Facebook business page with my target audience, right? That's part one. Part two, every single person who commented, every single person who reacted, I send them a message on Facebook.
So you can actually see that? Every person who commented and reacted, that's saved?
After your video, it's all there.
Wow.
I have a templated, I'm telling the whole secret, the whole truth. I have a templated little sticky note. I use a Mac and in sticky notes, and I copy it and I change it up a little bit for each person because each person did something unique. So I may say, hey, Terry, I'm so glad you came on my Facebook Live where I was talking about what is love, and I saw that you gave me a lot of love. What do you really think about love? What are your questions about love? And I send that off, and I look at the next.
You're nurturing the relationship.
Exactly.
Nurture marketing.
What a surprise, right? What a surprise.
Imagine that.
Then here's what happens after that. After I see that somebody has been engaging a lot, so I have a woman who I've noticed spending 10 of my lives, and one day I was doing a book signing and it didn't come on live, and she actually messaged me 4 times on Facebook, when are you coming on? Where are you?
Mm.
So what did that say to me? It says, this is a prospect. So here's how I monetized it. So I did that first live. All these people showed up afterwards, right after the fact. I'm like, what do I do with them? I literally messaged them and I said, I'm so glad you came on. I'm guessing that you must have one of the following problems in your business. If I'm right, I have something that I think could really help you, so I thought I would just drop the link in. If I'm wrong, sorry I took up your time. And so in the message, I just dropped in a link. Why? Think about this. We're all in business to serve other people, and if we don't share what we
offering a
have,
solution.
exactly, right? And Terry, you and
But
me,
you're
if we
offering
didn't hear
a
that,
solution from a nurture perspective versus offering the solution at the end of the live that is perceived as selling. Because let's face it, everybody knows that there's going to be a pitch at the end of a webinar.
there usually is. So, and you and I even talked about this before. We were joking.
We did.
I don't have a
We
pitch,
did.
you know. I'm going to be here to give value. I'm going to let you know how to follow me more and get more. I'm not here to sell you something. And when I go on live, that's why I wanted you to experience it. I do the same thing. The people who raise their hands are the ones that are reaching out to me and saying, I might be interested. I'm not assuming at the end of a live that everybody wants my stuff. I know they don't. So I'm waiting for people to, you're going to laugh when I say my words, sort, sift, and separate. That's an inside joke, and I had to say it. I'm waiting for people to raise their hands and say, Terry, I'm interested. And then I'll say, hey, here's something that you might want to get started with. It might help you. It might serve you. And if it's, if you don't think so, no worries. I just had a feeling it might.
Sure.
I'm literally coming from authenticity and truth. I don't send that to people I don't think it would help. Okay, I'm not sending that to the masses. I'm sending it to people who are coming forward. So let me clarify. When I say reverse marketing, the reverse is I'm value. People are coming to me. I'm not spewing my stuff going, buy this, get this, buy this, get this. So tell me if that makes sense so far.
Oh, it makes huge sense because frankly, it does get old and tiring. Buy this, buy that. And recently, just 2 weeks ago, I'm looking at my email, and every email that was coming through is buy this for this much, buy this for that much, do this for that. And I'm sitting here going, oh my God, I'm so tired of people coming after me for my money. Just give me the value and stop. I will come to you if it's something that I really want from you.
Exactly. And I just believe that's the authentic, transparent way to do business. Now, I'll give you a couple of extra pointers. Some of your lives, you just do and let people see you. You could be hanging out with your family, playing a piano and singing. Just go on and say, hey, you guys, it's not a scheduled live, but I'm having a blast. I wanted to bring you in for a few minutes. It endears people to you because they get to know you. They get to see if they like you or if they don't like you. Right. And we want to only attract the people who like us. When we're talking about somebody you have a wonderful group. Your Attractionpreneur group is awesome. It's one of my favorite groups. It's building rapidly. Every once in a while, it's true. Every once in a while, if somebody raises their hand and says, I don't want it anymore. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's okay.
We're attracting, right? We want to attract the right people. Exactly. So the last point, and this is how it's now become a systematized money generator.
Yes.
She's like, yes, I got my pen.
Yeah.
Lay out about 30 days of content. Isn't this interesting, Terry? You and I were just talking.
We were just talking about that.
Lay out 30 days of content. Think about what are you going to talk about on live for 30 days. I do mine Monday through Friday whenever I'm not doing a book signing or have a speaking engagement. I show up Monday through Friday and look at your insights on your Facebook page. Look at the key time most of your audience is on. Don't go live when none of your audience is on. So I typically go on at 12 noon Eastern. Why? 86% of my Facebook audience is on at that time. I'd rather be on when more people are on.
Right. Right.
So go on that time, and then schedule some time that day and the next day for the same live, that day and the next day, to look at the comments on that live, because they'll still keep coming in. They may come in on day 3, say 6, day 10. However, you're already on to another live. You're already moving forward. I only give the live 2 days to go invite those people and private message them and say, hey, I'm so glad you came on. I'm guessing you have XYZ in your business. You know, if I can help you, I'd love to. By the way, I'm dropping a link in for something. It's where most people start with me. And I don't know if it resonated or not. I just thought I would drop it in for you because you are so active on my live. If you have any questions, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
soft
all.
sell. Very nice. Very nice.
And the money, I mean, it's the craziest thing. The money's coming in. I'm going to guess, we're talking about my book Turbocharged today, right? I'm going to guess that the reason that the book overnight went to bestseller in 3 categories, it's my 19th book, and my only book that did this with 0 what I call promotion. I didn't even know it went to bestseller the next day. The publisher called me and he said, wow, you know, congratulations. And I said, for what? And he said, you're number 1 in 3 categories. And I said, I didn't send any emails out yet. You must be looking at the wrong book. And he said, I just sent you a screenshot. You really are. I'm like, what? And I said, all I did was do Facebook Live. So that's one thing. The other thing is, as you just said, it went back up to bestseller today. It's 2 months later. Okay, it's never happened for me, and I'll guarantee you why. And you said it earlier, you and I were chatting. You're like, you've got turbocharge all over Facebook.
You do.
I'm keeping it alive. So let me just tell everyone, let me speak to you directly. Every day, 30 days, value, content, be you. You know, I've shown up today. I don't have any makeup on. I don't have any jewelry on. I've just been really busy. And it's like, you're going to get Terry. This is who I am. Come and show up. Don't worry.
That works.
Thank you. Don't worry if you're a good speaker, not a good speaker. It doesn't matter. Give value, value, value. And your follow-up is so simple. It's not writing emails and sending out a blast. Those days are over. It's not paying Facebook for ads. I'm giving you a low and no cost strategy where you come from your heart and you message some people. That's the whole secret system.
Do you think that with Facebook Live, there is, I mean, if we go on all the time, that there's a point where it's almost overexposure?
No, I don't.
Do you ever experience that?
Mine are growing. They're actually growing. There's one of them, I can't remember the exact number. I showed it the other night. It was over 3,600. So they're growing. They really are growing. What I learned from Facebook Live are what topics people are interested in. So I know what to blog about, podcast about, include in a book, teach about, do a seminar. So it helps. As long as you change up and don't give the same thing. Don't go, I'm going to teach you how to make a shake. Oh, I'm back. I'm going to teach you how to make a shake. You know, as long as you're doing something that your audience wants, they'll show up. And I got to tell you, Facebook Live is where it's at. Google Hangouts go away in September. Blab already went away. Periscope is dying. It will die because Facebook Live is crushing it.
Yes,
you know, we'll see what happens with YouTube Live. I think it'll do well. I just think that first to market and speed to market and the kind of push Facebook has behind this, I think Google's going to have a really tough time. I personally do.
Yeah.
So,
well, the challenge with Facebook Live is it's not allowing for interaction like you and me right now. It will eventually.
You got that.
It will eventually. And with like we're on Webinar Jam, moving to Facebook, it is moving to YouTube Live, the entire platform.
Yes.
And I think that one of the reasons they're doing that is to get away from G+. G+ is it's very, the whole thing is very complicated.
Yes.
And I think this is going to streamline it. So it'll be very interesting to see how both of them are going to work. And the moment Facebook Lives opens the door to being able to do what Blab did, having 2, 3, and 4 people live, or even here with Webinar Jam with what I do, which is built on the Google Hangout platform, we can have 9 across the bottom.
That's right.
And to be able to have 9 across the bottom, whoops, there goes the earring again, or the again. To have 9 across the bottom, to be able to do a really good webinar, That's a really cool thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how Facebook Live grows, because I would have loved to have been able to have like a blab thing with you. Yes, I'm on the bottom.
Well,
But to
fun.
do the two of us connected, that would have been absolutely
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
cool. So we'll see. I think YouTube Live will offer something very cool. I know I'll be using it. I guarantee you, Facebook has only just begun with Live.
It has.
And Facebook, if those of you who don't know this, they reward their early adopters. So because I'm a very early adopter on Facebook, I was one of the first people to even get Facebook Live. Before anybody heard about it, knew about it, I'm on Facebook one day, what's this button? And then I Google it, and it says a very small percentage of people, like, oh, I'm in that small percent. Now I use it a lot. Something new comes along, I'm going to get it first. So do the same thing. That's my advice.
Okay, well, Terry, I know that we're almost at the top of the hour, and you have another appointment right after this. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your very, very busy schedule to come and join me and fellow Attractionpreneurs and teach us how to work with Facebook Live to help us grow our businesses. It was a real pleasure, and it's the first Intuitive Leadership Business Show. It's the first time I'm operating under that banner. I think when I opened up, I was like, oh my gosh, we're really live. I didn't really do my normal spiel, and I get into all this stuff. I didn't do any of that, and that's fine. I'm just thrilled that you're my first guest, and just want to say I appreciate you, and I'm sure that everyone who looks at this video will feel the same way.
So I just want to say,
thank you so very much.
Thank you very, very much for having me, Terry. And I just want to encourage people, if it resonates, you can go to heartrepreneur.com. There's free tools, courses, chapter in my book. Try on some more value. And thank you, Terry, for creating more value today.
And we are having another book coming out, right?
Yes, I'll tell you more about that when it comes out. It's with my business partner, Pete, The Ultimate Game Plan, in November.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so very much, Terry. Lots of love to you, Terry. And thank you to everyone who has come in on the show. And if you have any questions, please, for those of you who are Attractionpreneurs, please put a PM myself or PM Terry with your questions. Very easy to get in touch with us. We have to cut the show a little bit short today. And again, thank you, Terry Levine, and to our other viewers. You take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.